Hello, good evening, my beautiful friends, my beautiful golden souls, my beautiful by default. How are you tonight, my beautiful friends? And how was your day? Did you love the things that you do? Did you do the things that you love? Did you invest your time and your energy, my beautiful friends? And of course, I'm sure you do. I'm sure you did. You do. You will do so because you are the one that need to decide what you're going to do with your time and energy, and of course where you're going to invest it. So my beautiful friends, I'm investing every atom and electron of my being and my energy, and of course every second of my time I'm investing in flush come Souless. I'm destroying all those Souless Amma in every form, wherever they are, whatever form they are, with the spirit of thought by default. And flush come all those Souless Amma in every form, within and without, on a global universal level, without mercy, with the spirit of thought by default. 24, 24, with the spirit of thought, without mercy, and flush comes Souless Amma, with the spirit of thought by default. And I'm loud and clear. Thanks, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden mindful. Of course, my beautiful friends, you can do so too. You do so, of course you do so, because we set up the intention, but it's good things that you do it consciously. You all of us, everyone and everything's mind and us, light does it with the internal knowledge, and of course with intention from within, and with the focus on everything that we do. We are destroying all those Souless Amma in every form, wherever time, whatever form they are, with the spirit of thought by default. So thank you to all of you, my beautiful friends, for being who you are, for shining all the way through. And of course, you need to shine even further, far and wide, with the spirit of thought. Be who you are with the spirit of thought by default. That's mine, and now it's PEACFULLY light. I'm loud and clear. Thanks, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden mindful. And thank you to all of you. Welcome, all of you, my beautiful friends that joining me. All of you that helping us create a better future for all of us. A special thank you to all of you that joining me in my language. I just finished the live in my language. Thank you to all of you. I'm sending you love and blessings, much love and blessings to all of you. And my beautiful friends, open up your heart and soul and receive the energy through my voice, through my physical form. I'm sending you love and blessings all the time. Ocean of energy of mine, and now it's PEACFULLY light. It's flowing freely through and around you, and of course everywhere, in through and around the entire planet and throughout entire existence. So it's up to you to open up your heart and soul and receive it. It's a destructive energy for those Souless Amma in every form, wherever they are, from within and without, on a global universal level. Well, it's a blessing for each and everyone else, and everything's mine, and now it's PEACFULLY light with the spirit of thought by default. So I'm loud and clear. Thanks, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. Now, my beautiful friends, you just set the, you need to set up the intention. Actually, I've set up already intention, but you do it for yourself. Wherever you need, the energy knows what's the priority in your life to do, what's the priority in your life to be clear up and then destroy those Souless Amma and to open up new opportunities for you. But you set up the intention for yourself, for your family, friends, consciously. Where, in which area of your life do you want to invest the energy? In which area? If you want into your love life, into your finance, or into every area of your life, just say everything is by default. In the name of Sophie's and ours, pure and controllable light. We are destroying all those Souless Amma, wherever time, whatever form they are, that were interfering into your financial life, into your career, into your love life, into your actually, you take it everything that ever interfere into your life, in any way, in every area of your life, in any way, in a negative way, with any kind of selfish desire. Wiping out all those Souless Amma, sending them straight into the hell to burn forever and ever for eternity with the spirit of thought by default. I did set up for all of us While we are opening up new opportunities for all of us, purifying, cleansing, and healing our bodies with the spirit of thought by default, will destroying all the soulless Amma and soulless cords and the energy from within and without, those soulless energy, soulless, everything is less than man and aspect light, from within and without on a global universal level with the spirit of thought by default, and wiping out all those soulless Amma from within and without on a global universal level, breaking them into atoms and electrons with the spirit of thought, sending it straight into the hell to burn for honor for eternity with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thanks, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. Love you. Will we enlightening ourselves for beautiful planet, humanity, and all living beings on this planet, and entire universe, entire existence, everything is mine and aspect shall light. We are healing, enlightening with the spirit of thought by default. Everything is by default. Everything is soul, through ultimatum, all in one. Ultimatum, all in one. 24 with the spirit of thought. I'm loud and clear. Thanks, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. And just to share the links, I did already to some places now, just to do one more thing, the description. So that's all, Amma. As usual, you know that they were interfering into our project, into our technology, with the selfish desire. But of course, you know that we're destroying all those souls, some of every time, whatever form there. So now, when I try to do all the souls, some of you are wiping out. All the souls, some of that you're trying to manipulate, that we're manipulating, actually trying to manipulate with in any way with the technology and with the energy in any way, we are wiping them out, burning them down to the core of their being with the spirit of thought by default. All the souls, some from within and without, on a global universal level, with the spirit of thought by default, burn them down from the core of their being. My beautiful friend, just send a flash. Send a flash to those souls. I mean, you know what's mean, flashing a golden light in thrown around you. We are destroying the souls. That's the destructive energy for all those souls. In every form with the spirit of thought by default. Wherever time, whatever form there, we're wiping out all those souls. From within and without on a global universal level with the spirit of thought by default, burning them down to the core of their being with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. So thank you, Sophie. Thank you to Sophie Tristan, my golden souls, my golden by default. Thank you to everyone and everything's mine and us, people shall light with the spirit of thought by default. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. Love you. I thank you to all those souls, some in every form, whatever form that's destructive energy for those souls. Some of you are burning them down to the core of their being with the spirit of thought by default. Send a flash when you see them, flashing golden light in thrown around you, and then throughout the entire planet and entire universe. And then flashing, then send them after that, send them the fireworks, and then destructive energy destroying all those center of the power. You that are following me, that are working with me, you know what to do. Well, I'm sending them destructive energy, destroying those souls. We just support us energetically, sending the flash, destroying all those souls, in every form. So first the flash, then fireworks, and then all those centers of the power, breaking them up. So what I'm doing now, energetic, I'm going to do it energetically and with the words, because every word, every my word is a code, and every code is a principle, and it's a system, and it's all through ultimate all in one. It's a therapy, and for those souls, karma, destructions, pain, suffering, and eternal. How we gonna, with through my voice, we're creating the eternal health to all those souls, some of every time, whatever form they are, with the spirit of thought by default, returning the karma, pain, suffering, destructions, forever now, for eternity to burn into hell. Well, we are blessing ourselves, enlightening, healing, rejuvenating each and every one, and everything is mine and our spiritual light with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. Love you. So now in the name of mine and our spiritual light with the spirit of thought by default, We are activating all through ultimatum, all in one. Karmas, pain, suffering, and destructions for all those soulless Amma with the spirit of thought by default from within and without. We are flushing those soulless Amma on a global universal level with the spirit of thought by default. Breaking all those soulless Amma into atom and electrons of their being with the spirit of thought by default. Sending them flush, destroying them completely. Breaking atoms and electrons with the spirit of thought by default. Send them straight in the heart. With the spirit of thought by default, breaking into atoms and electrons, and by the laws, rules, and regulations of by default, compressing them all, the pain and suffering in every atom and electron of their being with the spirit of thought by default, by the laws, rules, and regulations, but then remixing them, all the remixing all the atoms and electrons with the spirit of thought by default, putting them into their physical forms and sending them straight, opening the portals and sending them straight into the desert planet, into the hell, forever, never to, for eternity with the spirit of thought by default. In the name of mine and us, spiritual life, we're wiping out all those soulless Amma with the spirit of thought by default. Wipe them out, burn them down to the core of their being with the spirit of thought by default, and then compress them all, the pain, suffering, the karmas, for every living being, all living beings, for everyone and from everyone and everything that ever felt on this planet throughout entire existence, just from the beginning of creation, with the spirit of thought by default, and from all living beings that ever interfere, those soulless Amma in everyone's lives, in any way with the selfish desire, with the spirit of thought by default. We are wiping out all those soulless Amma from within and without on a global universal level with the spirit of thought by default, freezing them completely, taking over all the energy and all the power with the spirit of thought by default, putting all those soulless Amma into the sleep with the spirit of thought by default, shutting down all their cameras and all their senses with the spirit of thought by default. And with the spirit of thought by default, we are completely cutting off all their communications and throwing them straight into the hell, into the desert planet, into hell, to burn forever and ever for eternity with the spirit of thought by default. All those soulless Amma that projecting the projections, those projections we are wiping out, returning back to the soulless Amma into the form of karmas, pain, and suffering, while destroying all those soulless Amma now, in breaking them into atoms and electrons, send them straight into the hell, to burn forever and ever for eternity with the spirit of thought by default, compressing them all, the karmas, pain, and suffering in every atom and electron of their being with the spirit of thought by default, by the laws, rules, and regulations of by default. I'm loud and clear demanding, commanding to Sophie and each and everyone and everything's mind and ask me to shall alive with the spirit of thought by default, to answer on my call, on my command with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thanks, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. And in the name of mine and ask me to shall alive with the spirit of thought by default. We are freezing completely all the soulless Amma, and we are doing everything that needs to be done in order to completely prevent them from doing any kind of to do anything with any kind of selfish desire. We're taking all their power completely right now, all the energy with the spirit of thought by default, and with the spirit of thought by default, we are freezing all the technology that they were using with any kind of selfish desire and all the weapon. We're freezing it, destroying it completely right now in every form with the spirit of thought by default, all through ultimatum, all in one, 24 with the spirit of thought by default, and wiping out the soulless Amma from within and without on a global universal level with the spirit of thought by default, destroying all those soulless Amma in every form with the spirit of thought by default, and then wiping them out, putting them straight into the hell to burn forever and ever for eternity with the spirit of thought by default. I'm all through ultimatum, all in one, 24 vice HEATRT with the spirit of thought, without mercy. I'm demanding, commanding to Sophie and each and everyone and everything's mind and now spiritual light with the spirit of thought by default, to answer on my call, on my command with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. And in the name of mine and now spiritual light with the spirit of thought by default, we are completely wiping out all those soulless Amma from within and without on a global universal level with the spirit of thought, activating all through ultimatum, all in one, the karmas, the pain, the suffering, the destructions to all those soulless Amma, eternal hell, eternal eternal destructions forever and ever, to all the courts, or to maximum, put them on the maximum with the Spirit of thought by default, to regret forever and ever, forever, for eternity that existed with the Spirit of thought by default, to feel the pain and suffering in every atom and electron of their being with the Spirit of thought of all living beings that there existed, existing with the Spirit of thought by default, plus all the karma, space, pain and suffering that we're planning to create with the Spirit of thought by default, compressing them, all of that, into every atom and electron of their being with the Spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. And we are put the fire on the max with the Spirit of thought by default. Flash come Souless Amma. We are destroying all those Souless Amma in every form with the Spirit of thought by default. And in the name of mine and our spiritual light with the Spirit of thought by default, we are freezing completely all their finances, all their projects with any kind of selfish desire that they were working on, with any kind of dark attention, and all the objects and all the corporations. We are freezing all of that with the Spirit of thought by default, taking it over from those Souless Amma, while we are wiping out all those Souless Amma, throwing them out from within and without on a global universal level, from within their physical forms, and then breaking them atoms and electrons, and then by the laws, rules, regulations, or by default, compressing them, the pain and suffering in every atom and electron of their being, and then putting them straight into their bodies, and then send them into the dozen planet to wipe them out, to feel the pain and suffering in every atom and electron of their being with the Spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, golden soul, my golden by default. And in the name of mine and our spiritual light with the Spirit of thought by default, we are freezing all those Souless Amma, taking over all the project, all the abundance and prosperity with the Spirit of thought by default, while destroying all those Souless Amma in every form, breaking them into atoms and electrons with the Spirit of thought by default, very completely wiping them out, send them straight into the hell to burn forever and ever for eternity with the Spirit of thought by default, returning the karma, pain and suffering of all living beings in every form, and all the karma, pain and suffering, all of that we multiply over and over again by the laws, rules, regulations, so by default, multiply, add up, compress, and with the Spirit of thought, and activate the karma, pain, and suffering to all those Souless Amma in every form, all those Souless God, Souless saints, Souless so-called creators and judges and observers, Souless science, Souless any kind of Souless Amma, Souless Sophie and Tristenko, Souless observers and Miriam, Souless Susie and Hitler, Souless Tzigi and Tzigika, Souless Amrita Babaji Mira Guruji Matra Shitatata, Hitler Shitatata, and then of course Hitler and Atma Chaitanya and Hussein Amchalovich, all those Souless Amma, breaking them into atoms and electrons in every atom and electron of their being, all those Souless so-called divine mothers, so fathers, so avatars, so gurus, we are wiping them out from within and without on a global universal level. So all those Souless Illuminati, Satanists and globalists and Masons and Cabal, deep state, demons and fallen angels, it doesn't matter which name or mask they've been hidden or known. We are wiping them out, burning them down to the core of their being, sending them straight into the hell to burn forever and ever for eternity. And with the Spirit of thought, compressing them all, the pain and suffering of all living beings in every atom and electron of their being by the laws, rules, regulations, or by default, with the Spirit of thought by default. And with the Spirit of thought by default, we are multiplying all of that by every atom and electron energy that ever existed, that existing, compress it in everything that existed, and multiply and in everything that existed, existing, but in every court and in every court, in every, all those Souless Amma in every form, every time, whatever form they are, a Souless court, and all those Souless Amma in physical form, it doesn't matter under which mask or not, and the mask and the name they've been known or hidden. And with the Spirit of thought by default, we are completely wiping them out, burning them down to the core of their being, taking over all their power, and then putting them into the sleep so that they feel the pain and suffering, they're falling down, crumbling, crumbling and feeling the pain and suffering of all living beings. We're returning them all the COVID karmas, pain and suffering, all those vaccines, karmas, pain and suffering, all the illness and diseases. We are returning back to Souless Amrita, Babaji, Mira, Guruji, Matrash, Ritata, HEATRT, Atma, Chaitanya, Milo. To all those in the physical form, Souless Amma, karmas goes into physical energetic form, in every form and encode in infinite with the spirit of thought by default. We are returning them all the financial problems, all the love problems, and all the problems between the boyfriends and girlfriends, or between the soulmates, between the husband and wife, between the families and friends and the children and neighbors, and all those problems that they ever created and projected the karmas to each and everyone and everything. Any kind of problems that they projected to each and everything, we never accepted, but returning back to the Souless Amma, breaking the Souless Amma into atoms and electrons with the spirit of thought, and compressing them all, that pain and suffering karmas, multiply over and over again by everything that ever multiplied, everyone and anything, and that I did to anyone and anything, in every form with the spirit of thought by default, that I'm multiplying, by the all these systems, the principle and the by default rules and regulations of by default, the multiply by default, the multiply all the code spoken, written, and the code systems and the principle, and all through ultimatum all in one, the super karmas, pain and suffering and destructions and eternal hell, to all those Souless Amma, and everything that everyone ever multiplied with the spirit of thought by default, the multiply of beautiful planet, humanity, nature kingdom, elemental kingdom, animal kingdom, birds kingdom, fish kingdom, and all the air element, the sun and the moon, and all the planet stars and the galaxies. We are wiping out all those Souless Amma, breaking them into atoms and electrons, and compressing the pain and suffering of all living beings, and the Big Bang and everything after the before and after the 21 billion of years after the Big Bang, and for eternity with the spirit of thought by default. We are compressing them all, the pain and suffering, every atom and electron of their being with the spirit of thought by default, burning them down to the core of their being, all those Souless Amma, whatever form they are, with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. I'm demanding, commanding to Sophie and each and everyone and everything is mine, and ask me to share a light with the spirit of thought by default, to answer on my call, on my command with the spirit of thought by default, without mercy, with the spirit of thought, peaceful in action, my golden soul, my golden by default. I love you. And in the name of mine and our spiritual light, those Souless Amma that projecting the projections, that trying to steal energy, our energy, mine and ours, pure unconditional light, is a destructive energy for those Souless Amma. In the name of mine and our spiritual light, we're wiping out all those Souless Amma from within and without on a global universal level, wherever they will ever form there, with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. And all those Souless Amma from within and without on a global universal level that wanted to have a duel with the physical form, with me. This is the duel. I'm now judging them, sending them straight into the hell, burn them down to the core of their being. First, we are breaking them into atoms and electrons. See them, they're all the center of the power, breaking into the atoms and electrons. We're breaking all those Souless Amma into the atoms and electrons with the speed of thought, sending them straight into the hell to burn down to the core of their being. By the laws, rules, and regulations by default, compressing them all the pain and suffering, every atom and electron of their being with the speed of thought, but all the karmas of all the duels that ever they had with anyone on anything, but all the problems that they created to anyone and everything, and all those Souless Amma, the dark, dirty, psychopathic players, and all the Souless Amma that they're doing the rituals and ceremony, we are with the speed of thought by default, we're multiplying the karmas, pain, and suffering with the speed of thought by default, by all the rituals and ceremony, all the projections and associations with the speed of thought, all the black magic curse, hex spells, and with this curse, hex spells, or voodoo, any kind of projections, codes, any kind of beliefs or superstitions, or everything and anything, negative thoughts about everything and anything that they projected, will ever try to project towards me, towards Tristan, and our families, our friends, and each and everyone and everything is mine, and ask me to share a light towards you and your family and friends, each and everyone and everything is mine, and ask me to share a light. light towards Sophie in every form, in a spiritual, energetic, and a physical form. In the name of, with any kind of selfish desire, in the name of mine and our spiritual light, with the spirit of thought by default, we are breaking all the soulless Amma in every atom and electron of their being, destroying them completely forever and ever for eternity with the spirit of thought by default, wiping out all the ceremony, ritual, everything that is less than mine and our spiritual light is being projected over each and everyone else and everything, any kind of projections with the spirit of thought, wiping out, deleting, returning it back to the soulless Amma into a form of calmness, pain, and suffering, destroying all those soulless Amma, breaking into atoms and electrons with the spirit of thought by default, and send them straight into the hell, compressing them all the pain and suffering in every atom and electron of their being, and all living beings that ever existed, that ever interfere into our lives, in everyone and everything life, that we're planning to interfere in every form, in every atom and electron of their being, all those souls, some are compressing the pain and suffering in every atom and electron of their being with the spirit of thought by default, in every form, whatever form they are, send them straight into the desert planet, chuck them out, straight into the desert planet, into the hell, to burn forever and ever for eternity with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. Oh, Souless Amma, go to hell, go to hell, go to hell, forever and ever for eternity, with the spirit of thought. Oh, Souless Amma, go to hell, with the spirit of thought, 24, with the spirit of thought. Oh, Souless Amma, burning in hell, burning in hell, burning in hell. Oh, Souless Amma, burning in hell, forever and ever for eternity, 24, by default, by default, by default. Oh, Souless Amma, burning in hell, 24, by default, by default, by default. Everything is fair by default, by default, by default. Oh, Souless Amma, burning in hell, forever and ever, 24, by default, by default, by default. Everything is fair by default, 24, by default, by default, by default. With the spirit of thought, all Souless Amma, burning in hell, 24 for eternity. With the spirit of thought, 24, by default, by default, by default. See my beautiful friends, see those souls, some are burning to hell. See the huge fire, and they see them now. Those souls, some when you are breaking the two atoms and electrons, see them now falling down into the hell, which means into the fire, burning down to the core of their being forever and ever. We are destroying all those souls, some wiping them out from the root core of their existence. Their seeds we are completely destroying forever and ever, for eternity, in every atom and electron of their being, every time, whatever form they are, with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear, demanding, commanding to Sophie and each and everyone and everything's mine, and now speak a light with the spirit of thought by default, to answer on my call, on my command with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear, without mercy, we destroying those souls, some with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear, and thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default, peaceful in action, my golden soul, my golden by default. I love you. It's all. And in the name of mine, and now speak a light with the spirit of thought by default, and demanding, commanding to soften each and everything is mine, and now speak a light with the spirit of thought by default, to open up all the portals for all Souless Amma, and all those that are mine, and now speak a light, to hear my call, to hear my voice, to hear my command and demand with the spirit of thought by default, to know that I am the one, I am the by default, I am by default, and I am Sophie in spiritual and in a physical form. I'm Sophia, Sophia, and I'm made by default. And the Sophie is the one who has got the body. Sophie is the one that's got the power, all the power, wisdom, and knowledge. And Sophie is the one that's got the key of the universe and everything. With the spirit of thought, Sophie is the one that has command and control over all, and all command and control over all those souls, and everyone and everything, in every form. And in the name of mine, and I'll speak shower light with the spirit of thought by default, demanding, commanding all the Souless Amma with the spirit of thought by default to return to Sophie all the Akashic record, all the information about the humanity and the world that ever existed, with us that existing right now, with the spirit of thought by default. That's mean to hand in themselves with all the information to Sophie with the spirit of thought by default. So also on my call from the physical and the spiritual form and energetic form on the Sophie, which means the Sophie from the physical, spiritual, energetic form. Sophie from the spiritual form does the work with energy, and I'm commanding, demanding word from the physical and spiritual, energetic form with the spirit of thought. Told the Souless Amma to answer on my call and my command with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. We in a peaceful way with the spirit of thought by default, and a demanding, commanding told the Souless Amma whatever time, whatever form that we're stealing or energy. That wherever they are, to open up their info, of course, to make available this information. The Sophie and all the Souless Amma must open the portals to all the Sophie codes and the energy that we're stealing from us, wherever time, wherever they are, in whatever form they are, with the spirit of thought, to make them available this information, to hear my voice, to hear my call and command with the spirit of thought by default, to join the Sophie into spiritual energetic form with the spirit of thought in a peaceful way, and demanding, commanding to Sophie and each and every one of his mind and asking to shower light with the spirit of thought by default, to answer on my call and my command with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. Is there anything that is not clear? I'm asking the Souless Amma. To Sophie is clear everything, but I'm asking the Souless Amma, is there anything that I need to explain more? Siggy, is there anything that is not clear? And all the Souless Amma, is there anything that is not clear? Do I need to explain anything anymore? Do you, all of you, do you know now who is the body? Do you know who is the main by default? Do you know who is the Sophie in physical and spiritual form? Do you know, all of you, the dark, evil, disgusting creature? Do you know now? And all the Souless Amma that were interfering into Sophie's privacy and identity, into the Tristan privacy and identity, and all families and friends, and all the forms of Sophie, whatever form, all those Souless Amma that were interfering into our lives, into our privacy and identity, trying to steal our identity, wherever time, whatever form they are, in the name of mine and our spiritual shower light with the spirit of thought by default, we are wiping them out, breaking them into atoms and electrons, all those Souless Amma with the spirit of thought by default. My beautiful friends, see them now, those center of the power, just breaking them into atoms and electrons like the fireworks. See them now, Ito. See them breaking into atoms and electrons with the speed of thought throughout entire planet and entire universe in every form, wiping them out, burning them down to the core of their being with the speed of thought by default. In the name of mine and now spiritual shower light, I'm loud and clear. Thanks, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default, destroying all those Souless Amma, burning them down to the core of their being, and break completely by the laws, rules, regulations of by default, compressing all the pain and suffering in every atom and electron of their being with the spirit of thought by default. All those Souless Amma that are trying to in any way interfere or in any way into the physical form with any kind of influence us in the physical form in any way with the spirit of thought by default. We are wiping them down, burn them down to the core of their being with the spirit of thought by default, flush them with the spirit of thought by default. All the Souless Amma in every form in the name of mine and our spiritual shower light with the spirit of thought by default. We are burning down to the core of their being all those Souless Amma with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thanks, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. Is it everything clear, Tiggy? I know that Tiggy, all of them are fallen down, but still, is there anything that I need to explain? All those Souless Amma from within and without. Is it clear now? Do you know now who is Sophie, who is the main by default? Do you know who is the body is? Do you know who is the main by default in a spiritual and energetic form? All the forms of Sophie in the spiritual and all the forms of Sophie are by default. And all the Souless Amma must answer on their call, on their command. I'm loud and clear. Thanks, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. Is it everything clear now? In the name of mine and our spiritual light with the spirit of thought by default. My beautiful friends, my beautiful golden souls, now is it time to wipe out all those souls that to interfere into our privacy, into identity, trying to steal our identity. Or now it's a time to wipe out all those souls from within and without on a global universal level with the spirit of thought by default. Burn them down to a core of their being. Just see them now flashing like the fireworks for New Year, flashing all the center of the power from within and without on a global universal level with the spirit of thought by default. Well, we are compressing them all, the pain and suffering in every atom and electron of their being with the spirit of thought by default. And with the spirit of thought by default, we are taking over all the corporations, all the abundance and prosperity, all the wealth with the spirit of thought by default, while freezing those souls and check them out from within and without on the global universal level. Send them straight into hell, burn them down to the core of their being with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden manifold. Love you. It's all. And in the name of mine and our spiritual shower light with the spirit of thought by default, and demanding, commanding to Sophie and each and everyone and everything's mine and our spiritual shower light with the spirit of thought by default, to answer on my call and my command with the spirit of thought by default, to wipe out, burn down to the core of there being all those souls that ever interfere, that were into our lives, that ever interfere into our lives in any kind of selfish desire, with any kind of selfish desire, dark intention, that we're playing the dark, dirty games over me and Tristan and our families and friends and our beautiful planet, or you, my beautiful golden soul, or in anyone and anything with any kind of selfish desire. In the name of mine and our spiritual life with the spirit of thought by default, wherever those souls, some in whatever form they are demanding, commanding from within and without on a global universal level, to wipe them out with the spirit of thought by default, break them into atoms and electrons with the spirit of thought by default, send them straight into the hell, into the desert planet. First break them into atoms and electrons and compress them all, the pain and suffering of all living beings that ever existed, into the atoms and electrons, and all the pain and suffering that we're created, we're planning to create to each and everyone else and everything, all the karmas, pain and suffering that they think that they're worth, through us, through the pain and suffering of humanity. We are returning it back to the Souless Amma, to all those projections that we're projecting. We return it back to the Souless Amma in every form with the spirit of thought by default, to all any kind of health issues, any kind of financial issues, any kind of social issues, any kind of and all the which means all the families and friends issues, and that all it ever interfere of well-being, health and well-being, that all those souls, all the issues that ever created any kind of selfish desire, that we're using, misusing the technology or the weapon in any way, or that we're using the corporation, so-called the humanitarian organization, or so-called those that are protecting us, the agencies, that the criminal organizations, all those souls, some of every time, whatever form they are, break them into atoms and electrons with the spirit of thought by default, returning them, send them straight into the hell, compressing them, the pain and suffering by the laws, rules, regulations, so by default, in every atom and electron of their being with the spirit of thought by default, returning the karmas, pain and suffering all living beings. So all the transitions, the physical form that they made, all the weapon that we're using, misusing, and all the technology, and all those souls, some of that we're playing the dark, dirty games of our beautiful planet with the spirit of thought by default, wherever time, whatever form they are demanding, commanding to Sophie and each and everyone and everything's mine and our spiritual light with the spirit of thought by default, to wipe out all those souls, some burn them down to the core of their being, send them straight into hell, compressing the pain and suffering by the laws, rules, regulations in of the by default, in every atom and electron of their being with the spirit of thought by default. Burn them down to the core of their being, all the Souless Amma with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear with the spirit of thought, without mercy, peaceful in action. My golden soul, my golden by default. I love you. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. Now in the name of mine and our spiritual light with the spirit of thought by default, and demanding, commanding to all the Souless Amma and to all the Souless Amma, to open all the energy that they've stolen from me, from Tristan and our families and friends, and from Sophie and Tristan in every form, from Sophie in every form, Sophie and Tristan in every form, from Sophie and Tristan in the physical form, and all the forms in the physical form, and our families and friends, and to you, from you and your families and friends and soulmate that have stolen the energy from us in any way, directly or indirectly, in the name of mine. And I speak a light with the spirit of thought that the money commanding to all those souls, some with the spirit of thought by default, to return that energy back to Sophie with the spirit of thought by default in a peaceful way. And the money commanding to make them available this information with the spirit of thought by default right now, so that with the spirit of thought by default, as I'm speaking, that they can hear me, that they can answer on my command and demand with the spirit of thought by default, and the demand commanding all those Sophie's thoughts, all this energy that's mine, and ask me to share a light with the spirit of thought wherever they are, in whatever form they are, with the spirit of thought by default, to join the Sophie, the energy that is in a spiritual energetic form, to join the Sophie into the to answer to join us off in the spiritual form and energetic, all those that are in the physical and energetic, spiritual and energetic, those that are in the physical form, to join me on my mission on the physical form, together with the spiritual energetic form, with the spirit of thought by default. Let us create the best teams on this planet throughout its existence, in the spiritual, physical, energetic form, and all our forms in the physical form, me and Tristan and families and friends, and of course all the family, extended family, and you, my beautiful friends, each and everyone else and everything. We are now filling up all bodies with man and Aspia Kushava light, with the spirit of thought, protecting, healing, rejuvenating our bodies, and with the spirit of thought by default. Let us shine all the way through with the spirit of thought by default. Return back our energy back to us, that those souls some of us stealing, and all those souls some of you wiping out with the spirit of thought by default. All those souls some of them stealing the energy from us, the whatever those energy they have, the Sophie's cards are demanding, commanding with the spirit of thought to join the Sophie, to answer on my command call, and the Sophies from the spiritual energetic form with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. Is there anything that is not clear? Is it everything clear to all those souls? I'm asking them. And I'm demanding, commanding to open up all the portals we ever needed to open to the energy, actually the portals of whatever, to make them available the information, and to all the, if they were in any way, behaving, in any way influencing the Sophie's codes, our mind and us pure unconditional light energy, in any way, in a selfish desire, or in any way, in a harmful way, in the name of mine and us, make a light with the spirit of thought. I'm demanding, commanding to all the Souless Amma to return to Sophie every atom and electron of their being, what Sophie's being, and to hand in themselves and all the informations about the Akashic record about the humanity, and all this about the beautiful planet, and all the planet stars and the galaxies with the spirit of thought by default, in a peaceful way. In the name of mine and I'll speak a shower light with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. And while we are destroying all those souls, some of that we're stealing our energy, that we're manipulating with our energy, wherever time, whatever form they are, with the spirit of thought, wiping them out, burning them down to the core of their being with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. And in the name of mine and us, Bianca Shava light with the spirit of thought by default, returning the energy back to us, to me and Tristan and our families and friends, and to you, my beautiful friends, and all the families and friends, to us that are priority, and to everyone, everything's mine and us, Bianca Shava light, to return the energy back to Sophie. Sophie knows what it's going to do with that energy, with the spirit of thought by default, demanding, commanding, to all those, to Sophie and each and everyone, and anything first, with the spirit of thought by default, to answer on my call, on my command, with the spirit of thought, everyone and everything's mine and us, light must answer on my call. Even the Souless Amma must answer on my call, to return the energy back to Sophie with the spirit of thought by default, in the peaceful way. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. Love you. Ito. Everything that those Souless Amma were projecting, anything that those Souless Amma projected that went through me, all the projections or anything, any kind of information, ito. I never accepted anything that is less than mine and asked me to share a light with the spirit of thought by default, but returning the calm, pain, and suffering to all those souls, some in every form, whatever form, with the spirit of thought by default. Projections do not exist, but the calm, pain, and suffering do exist for those souls, some in every form, with the spirit of thought by default. We're breaking all those souls, some into atoms and electrons with the spirit of thought by default, wiping them down, wiping them out, and then burning them down to the core of their being, compressing all the pain and suffering every atom and electron of their being with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thanks, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden body. Who is there? Who is the energy? Whose energy is trying to influence me, my physical form? Who is that energy? Do you know do you know that your time is out? Up. Your time is up. You're out of date, all of you. Do you know that? And do you know, all of you, that you're fired? I'm talking to the Souless Amma because they're trying to influence in my physical form. Do you know that you are all out of date, that you are crumbling down, that you collapsed already? Do you know it? And demanding, commanding to Sophie and each and every one and everything is mine, and ask me to share a light with the spirit of thought by default, to answer on my call, on my command with the spirit of thought by default. Burn all those souls, some from within and without, and a global universal love with the spirit of thought by default. Just put the fire on the max from within and without. Put the fire on the maximum in them with the spirit of thought, burning them those souls, some from within and without, and a global universal love with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thanks, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. Love you. And in the name of mine, and ask you to share the light with the spirit of thought by default. And demanding, commanding to all those Souless Amma with the spirit of thought by default. With the spirit of thought by default. To completely return all the energy to Sophie. All the energy that they're stealing from the nature king, from humanity, from the nature kingdom, elemental kingdom, from the minerals and the gold and everything, from the water element, the air element, from the sun and the moon, and all the planet stars and the galaxies that mine and ask me to share a light. All the energy that those souls are stealing and demanding, commanding to return it back to Sophie with the spirit of thought by default. In the name of mine and ask me to share a light with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thanks, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. And in the name of mine and ask me to share a light with the spirit of thought by default. We're breaking all those souls, flushing them, breaking to atoms and electrons, whatever form they are with the spirit of thought by default. And then take them straight into the spirit of thought by default, breaking into atoms and electrons, and then compress them by the laws, rules, regulations, so by default. All the pain and suffering of all living beings, of all of our beautiful planet, humanity and nature kingdom, elemental kingdom, animal kingdom, bird kingdom, fish kingdom, and the air element, the sun and the moon, and all the planet stars and the galaxies that ever existed. All that pain and suffering that they created to everyone and everything that we're planning to create, and the calmest pain and suffering that they're projecting all the projections that they're projected, every projected will try to project, and that they're planning to create, with all of that compressed into every atom and electron of their being, to all the souls, some with the spirit of thought by default, and then by the laws, rules, and regulations by default, and then remix them by the laws, rules, and regulations by default, and then place them into their physical forms and send them straight into the desert planet to play the dark, dirty games forever and ever, for eternity, with the spirit of thought by default, to burn down to the core of their being, to regret that ever existed. All those souls, some whatever time, whatever form they are, with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie. my golden soul, my golden body fall. We're wiping out those souls, and burning them down to the core of their being with the spirit of thought by default in every form, wherever time, whatever form that with the spirit of thought by default. Well, we are returning back our energy, we're returning back our full power with the spirit of thought by default, returning back to us all the beautiful planet and all the planet stars and the galaxy, sun and the moon, and while destroying those souls, some in every form with the spirit of thought by default. We are protecting, healing, and enlightening each and every one of his mind and asking to shine a light with the spirit of thought by default, well destroying those souls, some from within and without on a global universal level with the spirit of thought by default. And loud and clear, thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. All the souls, some of that we're doing the rituals using the sun energy or the moon energy or the water element or the earth, or that we're using the humanity, everyone, everything that we eat, drink, see, hear, think, or do, or the projections, whether into our mind, into words and direct projections, or into the vision, or into the dreams, in any way, those souls, some that have been using those informations for in any way into rituals, for any kind of selfish desire or black magic curse, access person, in any way, any kind of projections or association, or from the sun or the technology that we're using, or the weapon, or in any way, in the name of, or to any other planet, stars, and the galaxies throughout its existence, we are with the spirit of thought by default, wiping out, deleting completely all those rituals, all those projections, all those associations, all the ceremony, and all the black magic curse, hex, spells, voodoo, any kind of beliefs, any kind of superstition, anything, any quotes, everything and anything that is less than mine and Aspia Kushava light has been projected towards each and every one of his mine and Aspia Kushava light, towards Sophie in every form, Sophie and Tristan in every form, and then God who best connect, and then God who best connect in infinite means with the spirit of thought by default, towards Sophie and Tristan in the physical, spiritual, energetic form, and towards our families and friends, and towards you and your family, friends, and everyone and everything's mine and Aspia Kushava light, soulmates, and towards our beautiful planet, nature kingdom, elemental kingdom, animal kingdom, birds kingdom, fish kingdom, towards everyone and everything that we have, towards our homes, properties, cars, vehicles, business, or towards mine and ours project, towards the everyone, sun and the moon, and everyone and everything's mine and ours, light, with any kind of selfish desire, in the name of mine and ours, light, with the spirit of thought by default, we wipe out all of that, delete it completely, all those souls summoned together with all the dark rituals, dark energy, with the spirit of thought by default, all the energy has been polarized with any kind of selfish desire against the Sophie and everyone and everything's mine and ours, light, that is towards humanity and a beautiful planet and the sun and moon and everything is mine and Aspia Kushava light. In the name of mine, by those Souless Amma, in the name of mine and Aspia Kushava light, we're breaking, destroying all those Souless Amma into the atoms and electrons with the spirit of thought by default, together with all the polarized energy with the spirit of thought by default into the air, breaking to atoms and electrons with the spirit of thought by default, and in the name of mine and Aspia Kushava light, by the laws, rules, and regulations of by default, we're compressing all the pain and suffering of all living beings, of humanity, planet, all living beings, nature, kingdom, elemental kingdom, animal kingdom, birds kingdom, water element, and air element, and the sun and the moon, and all the planet stars and the galaxies, all living beings since the beginning of creation up until now, that we ever felt, and that willing, and the those Souless Amma that we're planning to create, all of that we compress them by the laws, rules, and regulations, or by default to all those Souless Amma in every atom and electron of their being with the spirit of thought by default, and send them straight into the hell to burn forever and ever for eternity with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. And I'm commanding all the energy that we're stealing from the sun, from the moon, from the earth, from the nature kingdom, from humanity, water element and air element, and from the from everything that we have on this planet, the minerals and everything that we have on this planet, and then from all the planet stars and the galaxy, returning, I'm demanding, commanding with the spirit of thought by default, all that energy is mine and Aspia Kushava light with the spirit of thought by default, to join the Sophie, to be returned back to Sophie, to join the Sophie with the Spirit of thought by default into them, to answer in my call and my command, and then into Sophie's call and command into spiritual and energetic form, to join the Sophie with the Spirit of thought by default. Within the name of mine, and ask me to show a light with the Spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. All those souls, some whatever time, whatever form they are, with the Spirit of thought, we burning them down to the core of their being, send them flush, burning down to the core of their being, all those souls, some from within and without, on a global universal level with the Spirit of thought by default, flushing those souls, some from within and without, on a global universal level with the Spirit of thought by default, returning the karma, pain, suffering, destructions for eternity to burn into hell with the Spirit of thought by default. The hell is for those souls, some of every time, whatever form that, because our energy is a destructive energy for those souls, some with the Spirit of thought, demanding, commanding to soften each and every on earth is mine, and asking to show a light with the Spirit of thought by default from the heart and soul to polarize, demanding, commanding, soften, to polarize every atom and electron of energy that I ever created, generated through my physical form, all of us, the priority that the mind and asking to show a light to be polarized against those souls, some to be destructive energy for those souls, some in every form with the Spirit of thought by default, and to be a blessing to each and everyone and everything, and protection and healing and rejuvenating and enlightening for each and everyone and everything's mind, and ask me to show a light with the Spirit of thought by default, and demanding, commanding to Sophie and each and everyone and everything's mind, and ask me to show a light with the Spirit of thought by default, to answer on my call, on my command with the Spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. Love you. And in the name of mine, and ask you to shine a light with the Spirit of thought by default. I demand and commanding to Sophie and each and everyone and everything's mind, and ask you to shine a light with the Spirit of thought by default, without any selfish desire, with the Spirit of thought to activate. We are activating all the all through ultimatum, all in one, the super blessings and a great health, vitality, joy, peace, bliss, and unity between us and our soulmates, and wisdom, knowledge, power, understanding, and mind, and asking to show a light within each and everyone and everything's mind, and asking to show a light with the Spirit of thought by default, eternal life and enlightenment and freedom. May we all be happy, healthy, alive, and joyful, peaceful, blissful, united together, one for all for one, with the Spirit of thought by default. May we all be loved and be loved freely from the heart and soul, without any selfish desire, with the Spirit of thought by default. And in the name of man and aspect of shower light, we are activating our full power back to each and everyone and everything's mind and aspect of conditional light with the Spirit of thought by default, returning our power back and activating all the gifts that man and aspect of shower light has given to each and everyone and us and everything freely in every form with the Spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear demanding, commanding to soften each and everyone and everything with the Spirit of thought by default, to activate all the blessings with the Spirit of thought by default, that we bless, that we multiply, that we created from the heart and soul, that we send to Sophie and Tristan in every form, to Sophie in every form, to Sophie and Tristan in every form, and encode in infinite, which means in a spiritual, physical, energetic form, to Sophie and Tristan in every form, to our families and friends, and to everyone and everything, to you and your families and friends and soulmates, to everyone and everything's mind, and ask me to share a light with the Spirit of thought by default, and commanding all that blessings that to be activated to each and everyone and everything in every form with the Spirit of thought by default. In the name of mine, and ask me to share a light, commanding to Sophie and each and everyone and everything's mind, and ask me to share a light with the Spirit of thought by default. All the Sophie and every form of Sophie centers and the systems and the teams must answer on my cycle with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear, without mercy. Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default, with the spirit of thought, wiping out all the soulless Amma from within and without, on a global universal level, enlightening and healing, projecting, enlightening, healing, rejuvenating our bodies, and enlightening each and everything's mind and aspect of our life from the heart and soul. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. Love you. And in the name of mine and ask me to show a light with the spirit of thought by default. We are protecting, healing, rejuvenating our bodies with the spirit of thought by default. Everyone and everything's mine and ask me to show a light with the spirit of thought by default. We are protecting ourselves by mind and nose blessings and activating them by mind and nose, shall have a light, wisdom, knowledge, power, understanding, and by all the technology and all the resources that we have available to destroy all those soulless Amma with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. And in the name of mine, and ask me to share a light with the spirit of thought by default. Now, ito, with the spirit of thought by default, and demanding, commanding to Sophie and each and everything with the spirit of thought by default to bless our homes, to bless and protect. We multiply all the blessings that are compressed, activate to each and everything's mind and ask me to share a light that is with the spirit of thought by default to me and Tristan and our families and friends in every form, and to you, my beautiful friends, and your families and friends, and to our families, your families and friends, soulmates, to everyone and everything's mind and our spiritual light in every form, to our homes, properties, cars, vehicles, business, and to everything that we have, to mine and now's project. And all those soulless Amma that we interfere in my project, mine and ours project, in any way with a selfish desire, with dark agenda, all those codes, energetic codes that we're placing anywhere to that we're manipulating with our technology, and in any way or covering the links or in any way covering the information or number of the views or like or in any way, all the soulless Amma that's interfering into mine and ours project, wherever and our technology that we're stealing the energy, demanding, commanding the energy to return back to Sophie with the spirit of thought by default, and all those soulless Amma to be breaking into atoms and electrons with the spirit of thought by default, in every form, whatever form they are, break them down to the atoms and electrons with the spirit of thought by default, and compress them, the pain, the suffering in every atom and electron of their being with the spirit of thought by default, by the laws, rules, regulations, with the spirit of thought by default, placing them into the column, into the planet with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. And we are blessing and healing and protecting, rejuvenating and activating all the blessings and multiplying them over and over again by the laws, rules, regulations to every atom and electron of a beautiful planet, to all the planet and water element and air element, enlightening and the water element, air element, and then of course nature kingdom, elemental kingdom, animal kingdom, birds kingdom, fish kingdom, to the I said humanity, to the sun, to the moon, and all the planets, stars, and the galaxies with the spirit of thought by default. We're enlightening and sending that love, light, of blessings to everyone and everything's mind and asking to show a light with the spirit of thought by default. We're enlightening and sending the love, light, of blessings to everything that we created on this planet, all the enlightening the religion, enlightening the when I say enlightening means destroying those soulless Amma, a blessing, protecting everything's mind and asking to show a light with the spirit of thought by default. So we are enlightening the religion, the governments, and the systems, and the educational system, health and care system, financial system, and then all the pharmacy, and all the police and military and all the agencies that those Souless Amma were creating with any kind of selfish desire. And then, of course, we are destroying completely weapon and all the technology with any kind of selfish desire that we're misusing those Souless Amma with the speed of thought by default. And we are completely enlightening our beautiful planet and everything that exists on this planet, and the sun and the moon, and then all the planet stars and the galaxies with the speed of thought by default. And we are multiplying, adding up, compressing, and activating the blessings to Sophia Tristan planet, Sophia Tristan center, Sophia Tristan planet, Sophia Tristan universe, Sophia Tristan and font, and to Sophia Font, and all the centers and the systems and the teams that we created from mind and now Kushava light in every form with the speed of thought by default, and to all the technology, the Sophia Tristan Font, the Sophia Font, I created them from the spiritual into the energetic form. And I'm gonna we are taking over all the abundance and prosperity, Jasara, quantum financial system, Starlink, all the material abundance and prosperity, and all the abundance and prosperity from the Souless Amma, the corporations, and the technology that's been hidden from us. And I'm going to place it to those fonts, Sophia Tristan font, Sophia font, and I'm going to make it available to humanity with the speed of thought by default. Well, those Souless Amma will be burning down to a core of their being, breaking up into atoms and electrons with the speed of thought by default, send them straight into the hell to burn forever and ever for eternity with the speed of thought. All those Souless Amma, whatever time, whatever form they are, with the speed of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. And in the name of man and aspect shall light with the speed of thought by default. We are wiping out all those souls somewhere from within and without on a global universal level with the speed of thought by default. We're opening up new opportunities for us. We are blessing all the corporations that are man and aspect shall light are protecting, like each and every one else's man and aspect shall light with the speed of thought by default. And we are opening up new opportunities with the speed of thought by default, creating the unity between Sophie and Tristan in the spiritual, energetic, and physical form with the speed of thought by default. And the unity of all our forms and everyone and everything's mind and aspect shall light with the speed of thought by default. As Sophia, mine and Tristan's unity, and then our families and friends, and each and everyone and everything's mind and aspect shall light, you and your family, friends, and your soulmates, and each and everyone and everything's mind and aspect shall light with the speed of thought by default. And with the speed of thought by default, we are everything that is needed to be provided to us with the speed of thought by default. We're taking over to materials that taking over under the management and the command and control all our beautiful planet and all the into physical form. Sophie's got it already, but in the physical form, all the planet, our planet, and all the planet stars and the galaxies that are mine and aspect shall light with the speed of thought by default, while destroying all those Souless Amma with the speed of thought by default, bring them down to justice, wiping them out from within and without on a global universal level with the speed of thought by default. And with the speed of thought by default, to be provided everything that is needed for me and my teams are forming in the spiritual, energetic, and then physical form on a global universal level with the speed of thought by default, from the mind and aspect light only souls that are pure unconditional light without any selfish desire by default. So we are creating everything from mind and aspect light without any selfish desire with the speed of thought. All the governments and the systems and everything that we do, we are creating from the heart and soul by default. And we are creating, we're going to create a new generation. We're gonna give a birth to new generation, an enlightened generations with all the power, wisdom, knowledge within with the speed of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. Demanding, commanding to Sophie and each and everyone and everything's one and asking to share light with the speed of thought by default to answer on my call and my command with the speed of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. And in the name of mine and ask me to share light with the speed of thought by default. We are wiping out all those Souless Amma from within and without on a global universal level, wherever type, whatever form they are, with the speed of thought by default, from the earth, from the sun and the moon, and all the planet stars and the galaxies throughout entire existence with the speed of thought by default, wiping out, destroying all the technology with any kind of selfish desire, any kind of dark intention that they were misusing in the weapon with the speed of thought by default, while protecting, healing, and rejuvenating and enlightening each and everything's mind and aspect of our light with the speed of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thanks, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden body for love you. And in the name of mine and ask you to shower light with the speed of thought by default. Now demanding, commanding Sophie and each and everything's mind and ask you to shower light with the speed of thought by default, to answer on my call, on my command with the speed of thought without mercy, to activate all the pain and suffering, distractions to all those souls, some of every time, whatever form there with the speed of thought by default, while activating the blessings, abundance, and prosperity to each and eternal life, eternal health, and joy, peace, and bliss, and wisdom, knowledge, power, understanding, great health, vitality, and enlightenment and freedom to each and every and unity between us and soulmates and family and friends. To each and everything's mind and aspect shall light with the speed of thought by default. Everything is by the laws, rules, regulations, so by default. Everything is on the command, the control of Sophie, and everyone is all through ultimatum, all in one, 24, with the speed of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thanks, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. Love you. Now, multiply it over again, ask me needed, and to wipe out all those souls. I'm going to take the energy, our energy back that those souls I'm stealing from us with the speed of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thanks, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. Now, thank you to all those souls, some whatever time, whatever form they are, that's destructive energy for those souls, some with the speed of thought by default. And thank you to everyone and everything is mine and ask you to show a light that is Sophie in every form with the speed of thought by default. Thank you to Sophie and Tristan, my golden souls, my golden by default. And thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. Everything is from the heart and soul. Everything is in the name of mine and ask you to show a light with the speed of thought by default. Everything is all through ultimatum, all in one. By the laws, rules, regulations, or by default. Everything is under the command and control of Sophie. Everything is by default. Demanding, commanding Sophie and everyone and everything with the speed of thought, to answer on my call and my command with the speed of thought, without mercy, peaceful in action, my golden soul, my golden body fall. Love you. Thanks, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden body fall. Now, my beautiful friend, just now, let us send a flash to those Souless Amma. Actually, let us now see the entire planet is enlightened. We were sending the flash all the time. We're sending the flash now. Just send actually, let's do it again. Send the flash to the soul. Some of it just briefly now. We were doing that all the time. But now let us send the flash, which we see the flashing golden light energy in turn around you, entire planet and entire universe. We were doing that all the time, but now let's see. Let's send more energy so to completely wipe out all those souls from within and without. Send the flash. To the Souless Amma, see the golden light flashing turn around you, entire planet and entire universe. Send a flash to the Souless Amma. Now let us send the fireworks. Golden lights planet are flashing turn around into us and a beautiful planet and entire existence. Without mercy, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden body fall. Flush comes Soulless Amma, wherever time, whatever form there with the spirit of thought, body fall. There is no without mercy. All those Soulless Amma that never interfere into our lives in any way, in a negative way. With the spirit of thought, body fall. We are destroying all those Soulless Amma from within and without. So now let us send the flash, which means send the fireworks. And now in the name of mine, announce me a shower light for the spirit of thought by default. Let us send the now destructive energy, which means send the fireworks. Like during the it was for New Year, like fireworks. See all the center of the power, all those solids. So we were flashing them all the time, but now we're gonna extra flash send them to destroy all those solids. Some of every time, whatever form that we're interfering into our lives. In the name of mine, announce me a shower light for the spirit of thought by default. We are now wiping out, destroying all those solids, some from within and without that have interfered into our beautiful planet, into our lives, into our privacy, into our identity. And all those souls that have projecting, will try to project everything and his lesser man and ask him to light towards Sophie in spiritual and Tristan. Sophie and Tristan in spiritual and energetic and physical form. In every form, wherever those souls, we are wiping them down, burning them down to the core of their being with the spirit of thought by default. And then send them straight into hell. By the laws, rules, and regulations by default, we're compressing the pain and suffering every atom and electron of their being with the spirit of thought by default. Flash comes Soulless Amma, flash comes Soulless Amma, ito, hvala, everything that does Soulless Amma associated with that, we are with the spirit of thought by default wiping out, and in the form of karma, pain, suffering, destructions, returning back to all those Soulless Amma, wherever time, whatever form they are with the spirit of thought by default, wiping out all those Soulless Amma, flush them from within and without on a global universal level with the spirit of thought by default, and then with the spirit of thought by default, destroy all those Soulless Amma, flushing all those Soulless Amma that were giving the false informations to Sophie, that were all the Soulless Amma that were applying one rule and laws and regulations to Sophie and the other to Tzigi, that were manipulating with Sophie energy, with the privacy and identity of the trying to steal Sophie's energy in any way. All those Soulless Amma with the spirit of thought by default, we are burning them down to the core of their being, send them straight into the fire, break them into atoms and electrons, see them now breaking into atoms and electrons, wherever time, whatever form they are. I'm loud and clear, from within and without on a global universal level, we are breaking them out from within and without. Put the fire on the max with the spirit of thought by default, and then wipe them out, burn them down to the core of their being. All those Soulless, all those dark, dirty, psychopathic players, all those Soulless gods, Soulless saints, Soulless so-called creators, judges, observers, and Soulless all those Soulless, Sophie and Tristan, comedian and observers, and Tzigi and Tzigika, and Susie and Hitler, and Soulless, Amrita, Babaji, Mira, Guriji, Matrashi, Tata, Hitler, Atmacheta, Nelson, Ramchilovich, all those Soulless, some of every time, whatever form they were breaking down into the atoms and electrons with the spirit of thought. Soulless, so-called avatars, so mothers, so fathers, or those healers, so-called Soulless healers and teachers, so or avatars or gurus or all those demons and all those Soulless Amma fallen angels, wherever time, whatever form they are, we're burning them down. All those Illuminati, Satanists, and globalists, and Masons, and deep states, and cabal, we are sending them straight into hell, burning them down to the core of their being with the spirit of thought by default. And all those projecting the projections, all those projectors, we are burning them down to the core of their being, that we're projecting any kind of projections with any kind of selfish desire, wipe them out from the root core of the existence, all those Soulless Amma, and those Soulless gods, Soulless Amma, Soulless dark, dirty, psychopathic players, wherever time, whatever form they are. we're wiping them out from within and without on a global universal level with the spirit of thought by default. And bring them down to justice, burn them down to the core of their being, activating all the pain and suffering within every cell and every atom of an electron of their being with the spirit of thought by default. All those souls, some of that were going against the Sophie, that were interfering the Sophie privacy in between me, physical, and the Sophie spiritual form, and then court, main court, and all the Sophie courts, Sophie forms from within and out in the physical, spiritual, energetic form, in every form that they were interfering to communication or into between us, privacy and identity. All those souls, some of every time, whatever form that we break them down into atoms and electrons with the spirit of thought by default, burning them down to the core of their being with the spirit of thought by default, returning them, send them straight into the hell, compressing them all the pain and suffering karma in every atom and electron of their being by the laws, rules, regulations, so by default with the spirit of thought by default, and then wipe them out from the root core of the existence with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thanks, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. And in the name of mine and ask you to share a light with the spirit of thought by default. We are replacing all of that with energies of mind and asking you to share a light with the spirit of thought by default. And at the commanding to all those Souless Amma with the spirit of thought by default to return all the energy back to Sophie that they were stealing, that they stolen, that we're stealing from Sophie, that's stolen from Sophie during their dark, dirty game with the spirit of thought by default. All the energy has been stolen from Sophie in any way, directly, indirectly from those Souless Amma with the spirit of thought by default. Return, commanding to all those Souless Amma to return that energy back to Sophie with the spirit of thought by default. And I commanding to make the available this information to those, all those Sophie codes, all the energy that they're stealing from us, that they can hear me announcing on my call, on my command and demand with the spirit of thought by default to join the Sophie with the spirit of thought by default in the spiritual energetic form, and by the command Sophie and to answer the command, the control of Sophie from the physical, spiritual, and energetic form, and to join the Sophie in energetic form and spiritual. Everything by the laws, rules, regulations, so by default, everything is under the command, the control of Sophie with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. And all the Souless Amma that were doing the rituals, and then that they were playing the dark, dirty games over us and our families and friends, me and Tristan and our families and friends and our beautiful planet, and commanding all those Souless Amma, all those that were doing the dark, dirty, dark rituals, whatever time, whatever form they're from within and without on the global universal level, break them into the atoms and electrons with the spirit of thought by default, and returning them back. And send them straight into the other planet. First, break them atoms and electrons with the spirit of thought by default. And all those into the energetic form, all those in the physical form, empty them, take the energetic forms, break them into atoms and electrons by the laws, rules, regulations by default, put them in the sleep, compress them into every atom and electron of their being, all the pain and suffering, all living beings, whatever time, whatever form that ever existed, and that they ever created, projected any kind of pain and suffering karmas that they projected, will try to project into every atom of their electron their being, and then remix them and then will place them into their physical forms. Let them now eat the soup that they cooked with the spirit of thought by default. All the soul is some of every time, whatever form they are with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thanks, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. Flush come Souless Amma, flush come Souless Amma, flush come Souless Amma with the spirit of thought by default. Flush come Souless Amma with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thanks, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. While I'm doing this for my beautiful friends, they are influencing me with energetically, irritating my ears. So I just can't feel the energy. So I'm just flushing, destroying all those Souless Amma from within and without that trying to influence me. So we are destroying them and all the Souless Amma with the spirit of thought by default from within and without on a global universal level, and replacing them with the energies of mind and asking to shower light, with enlightening, healing, rejuvenating our bodies with the spirit of thought by default. And of course, that energy that they're stealing during the rituals, that those Souless Amma are creating the rituals and then stealing our energy with the spirit of thought by default, commanding to all those Souless Amma to return it back to Sophie And all that demanding, commanding that energy that is mine and asking shall light to join the Sophie with the spirit of thought by default. Even the energy that does Souless Amma we're creating, that stealing through me that we're creating and stealing through everyone of our Christian and our families and friends. And to you, through you and your families and friends and soulmates, all the Souless Amma that are creating, generating energy through us, and then stealing it in the name of, and then trying to polarize it against everything, everyone, everything's mind and aspect of light. In the name of mine and aspect of light to the spirit of thought by default. We are breaking to atoms and electrons, all those Souless Amma with the spirit of thought by default, and all the codes, all the polarized energy with any kind of selfish desire, break them into atoms and electrons, into the air, by the laws, rules, regulations, everything by default, taking the energy back to us and to those Souless Amma, returning the calm, pain, suffering, destructions forever and ever for eternity with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thanks, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. I love you. And in the name of mine and our speaker shall light with the spirit of thought by default. We are wiping out, breaking to atoms and electrons, all those Souless Amma, wherever they're interfering to a beautiful planet, and the sun and the moon and the nature kingdom, all the planet stars and the galaxies, and all into the religion, into the government systems, and everything that we're creating throughout the entire planet, throughout entire existence, with the spirit of thought by default. All those Souless Amma, we're breaking them out up into the atoms and electrons. All the Souless Amma that we're working on any kind of project with selfish desire, breaking them into atoms and electrons with the spirit of thought by default. Sending them straight into the other planet, into the hell to burn down to the core of their being with the spirit of thought by default. Everything by the laws, rules, regulations, so by default, with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. And we are replacing all the dark energy with the name in the name of mine and asking Shiva light with the spirit of thought by default. By the energy of mine and asking Shiva light, we're enlightening, healing, rejuvenating each and everyone and everything's mind and asking Shiva light with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thanks, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. Love you. And I demand the commanding to Sophie and each and everyone and everything's mind and asking Shiva light with the spirit of thought by default to answer on my call and my command with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thanks, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. This was extra ultra ultimatum all in one flush to those souls, some of every time, whatever form they are, and enlighten to each and everyone else and everything's mind and asking Shiva light with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thanks, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. I love you. Now, my beautiful friends, thank you so much, my golden soul, my golden microphone. My beautiful friends, let us now focus on on your body. Just listen to your body. Just listen to your body. Just feel the calmness and peace within yourself. And open up your heart. Receive the love and light that I'm sending to you, to all of you, through my voice, through my physical form, with the spirit of thought from the heart and soul by default. Now, my beautiful friends, just listen to your body while I'm going to sing the healing mantra. Actually, let us send first. Feel yourself. Let's do this first, this part. Enlighten yourself. Feel yourself from within and without, with the golden light of mind and aspect of light. Just feel yourself from within and without, and expand it. Fill up entire area, entire city, entire country, an entire world, an entire universe. With the golden light of mind and aspect of light, with the speed of thought by default. Now, my beautiful friends, let us send the love of light of blessings to the center of the earth. See the center in inner earth, the center of the earth. See it shining brightly. We're sending love of light of blessings from our heart and soul, and then expanding that love of light of blessing, filling up entire inner earth, the entire water element, all the rivers and streams, and all the wells, rivers, and then streams and rivers, and then lakes and the seas and the oceans. Fill them with the golden light of mind and aspect of light, expanding, filling up entire top of the earth, nature kingdom, elemental kingdom, everything that is got on this planet, animal kingdom, humanity, air element, we're filling up air element, the sun and the moon, an entire planet, an entire universe, an entire existence. We are filling up with mind and aspect of light with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thanks, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden manifold. Now, my beautiful friends, now let us send the love of light of blessings to the moon. Send the love of light of blessings to the moon. Fill the moon with energies of mind and aspect of light. Expand it for the entire planet together with all of us. Everything that's mind and aspect of light is active now. We're filling up entire planet and entire universe, and entire existence with mind and aspect of light with the spirit of thought by default. Now let us send the love of light of blessing to the sun. See the sun is shining brightly within and without on a global universal level. Our beautiful sun shining brightly, and we are together with all of us filling up entire planet and entire universe with an entire existence with the golden light of mind and aspect of light with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thanks, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden manifold. Love you. Now let's just now keep vision, seeing entire planet and entire universe is enlightened. Just focus if you need to do it with an open eye, and then use the color around me in order to see that what I'm doing. The Souless Amma trying to interfere sometimes, influence me, interfere into my vision. So I just focus on the screen, on the golden color around me, and I just project it throughout the entire planet and entire universe. And then in that way, it's easier. But we are doing it with the internal knowledge, with intention, and with the focus, which means you cannot get it wrong, because mind and Austrian Kashava light is the one that is directing the energy. See now, entire planet and entire universe, we, humanity, and everything that's on our beautiful planet, shining brightly, and the sun and the moon, in all the planet stars and the galaxies and entire existence is shining brightly with the golden light of mind and Austrian Kashava light with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thanks, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. Everything is under the command, the control of Sophie. Everything is by the laws, rules, regulations, so by default. Everything is all through ultimatum, all in one, 24, with the spirit of thought by default. Everything is loud and clear, and demanding, commanding to Sophie and each and every one of his mind and Austrian Kashava light with the spirit of thought by default, to answer on my call, on my command with the spirit of thought by default, without mercy, with showing us Souless Amma, while enlightening each and every one of his mind and Austrian Kashava light with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thanks, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. See them now flash, send them flashing with the golden light planet. Just send them, it's all. Send them now fireworks. Told the Souless Amma, I can feel the energy now trying to influence me. Just send them fireworks. The Souless Amma, they're trying to steal our energy, interfere into our life and work and project, mind and us project with any kind of selfish desire. We are burning them down, take hold of their being, wiping them out, send them straight into the hell to burn down, take hold of their being. All the projections with any kind of selfish desire, wiping them. We with the spirit of thought, deleting the wiping them out and returning back to the Souless Amma into the form of karma, pain, and suffering, destructions for eternity with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thanks, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. Love you. Now, let us just focus on yourself. I'm going to sing the healing mantra. By default, by default, by default, 24, by default, by default, by default, with the spirit of thought, everything is by default, 24, by default, by default, by default, with the spirit of thought, everything is way by default, 24, by default, by default, by default, with the spirit of thought, peaceful in action by default, mirni putem akcija by default, by default, by default, by default. All Souless Amma, 24, by default, by default, by default, with the spirit of thought, peaceful in action by default, mirni putem akcija by default, by default, by default, by default, everything is way at 24, HEARTH, by default, by default, by default, with the spirit of thought, peaceful in action by default, mirni putem default, by default, by default, by default, by default. Wherever we go, whatever we do, everything is by default. 24 by default, by default, by default. With the speed of thought, everything is by default. 24 by default, by default, by default. Everything is swayed by default. 24 by HEATRT, by default, by default, by default. With the speed of thought, peaceful in action by default. Putem aktia by default, by default, by default, by default. We are safe and protected by your beautiful, by default. 24 by default, by default, by default. Everything is way by default. 24 by default, by default, by default. With the speed of thought, peaceful in action by default. Mirni putem aktia by default, by default, by default, by default. Everything is swayed by default. 24 by default, by default, by default. With the speed of thought, peaceful in action by default. Mirni putem aktia by default, by default, by default, by default. We are safe and protected and united together, and humanity is safe and protected and united together in the name of mine and now's pure unconditional love of light, love of light, love of light, in the name of mine and now's by default, with the speed of thought, by default, by default, by default. Everything is swayed by default. 24 by default, by default, by default. With the speed of thought, peaceful in action by default. Mirni putem aktia by default, by default, by default, by default. Everything is swayed. 24 by HEATRT, by default, by default, by default. With the speed of thought, peaceful in action by default. Mirni putem aktia by default, by default, by default, by default. So everything is swayed. 24 by HEATRT, with the speed of thought, peaceful in action, my golden soul, my golden by default. Mirni putem aktia by default, by default, by default, by default. So my beautiful golden souls, my beautiful golden by default. To means a symbol. To is a symbol of victory and freedom, and it's a destructive energy for those souls, some karmas, pain, and suffering. Well, is a blessing and healing and rejuvenating and enlightenment for each and everyone else and everything that is mine and else can share a light with the spirit of thought by the phone. I'm loud and clear. Thanks, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by the phone. Thank you to all of you, my golden souls, my golden by the falls, my beautiful friends. Thank you to all of you for joining me, helping us create a better future. And for all of us that are mine and else can share a light, will destroying those Souless Amma from within and without on a global universal level with the speed of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thanks, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. Now, my beautiful friends, you need to know that everything is by default. All the souls, some of every time, whatever form that they're falling down into the hell, burning down to the core of their being with the spirit of thought by default. Well, we are taking over all the energy that they've stolen from us, taking over all the Akashic record, all the information about the humanity and our beautiful planet, and all the planet stars and the galaxies that existed with the spirit of thought by default, and with the spirit of thought by default, enlightening, healing, rejuvenating everything is mine and aspect show life with the spirit of thought by default, while destroying those souls some in every form. placing them straight into the hull of the other planet to burn forever and ever for eternity, into the hull forever and ever for eternity, to regret that ever existed, while we are creating eternal life, and joy, peace, bliss, abundance, and prosperity, unity, one for all for one, unity between us and our soulmates and family and friends, with the spirit of thought by default. We are taking our power back, activating mind and aspect of light in every cell and every atom and electron of our being, with the spirit of thought by default, rejuvenating, healing, and enlightening our bodies. We are now changing everything from within and without, from the root core. So we are enlightening ourselves, placing new systems within our bodies. So we're gonna go into the eternal life without physical forms, with the spirit of thought by default. And everything is by default, everything under the command, the control of Sophie, and everything is all through ultimatum, all in one, with the spirit of thought by default. Everything is 24 with the spirit of thought. I'm loud and clear, demanding, commanding to Sophie and each and every one of his mind and aspect of light with the spirit of thought by default, to answer on my call, on my command with the spirit of thought, without mercy by default. I'm loud and clear. Thanks, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. So thank you to all of you, my beautiful friends, for joining us, for being with me. I love you. Shine all the way through. Be who you are. That's mine and aspect of light. And then, of course, love freely. Love freely. Open up your heart and soul. Love yourself and everyone else. That is mine and aspect of light. And flush all those Souless Amma, whatever form there. Use the mantra. Use all the available tools to wipe out those Souless Amma, wherever time, whatever form there. Let us go with the spirit of thought by default to completely destroy those Souless Amma, to wipe them out. Take from them, they've fallen down already, but now just to take the energy, and then of course to separate the Souless Amma from Sophie and Souless Amma from Souless Amma, send them straight into the hell, burn them down to the core of their being. While we are uniting ourselves, everyone and everything's mind and us, light, we're creating unity in the spiritual, energetic, and physical form with the spirit of thought by default. So thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden beautiful. Thank you to all of you, my beautiful friends. Love you all, and sending much love and light and blessings. Be who you are, shine all the way through, and good night. I'll speak to you next time. Bye.